what is the reaction from the business community to your additional 3 weeks? What are you hearing from them?
Well, I certainly in touch with folks, and I think people understand that we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we're doing this yo-yo of opening, close, opening, close. So we will continue to be informed by the data, certainly informed by our, public health guidance and what our business leaders are saying. First and foremost, we have to continue to ensure that our residents, that our workforce, that our business community is safe and protected. That means getting the vaccine out to more people, meeting people where they are, and continuing to do all of the things that keep us safe, like washing our hands. I certainly encourage people to continue to wear face coverings, making sure that you get tested regularly, and certainly get the vaccine. We have everyone now eligible over the age of 16, and grateful that we have seen an increase in terms of 61% of the folks over that age having at least one dose. We need to make sure that folks are following up and getting the second dose, and that we are protecting ourselves, that we are informed by the data, and we will certainly revisit any dates should we continue on this trend downward.
Mayor, how do you encourage people to come back to the city's downtown office towers? I mean, today Vanguard announced that they're going to have essentially half their workforce work at home a couple of days a week. And others have been following suit in that same vein. I mean, this has impacts on the cafe, the restaurant, the night spot, the dry cleaners, and ultimately the city's tax base. Are you concerned about what all this remote work will do to downtown Boston?
I think one of the things that we have to realize is that there isn't any kind of going back to a normal of how things used to be. But we do have an opportunity to create a better Boston for all of us. The workplace most likely will change, and we are certainly looking forward to more projections of how our companies are going to treat their office space in terms of remote work. I think a lot of folks will be continuing to do some form of remote work. And so that means if there are fewer people coming into downtown, that we have to have other things that attract them downtown. If it isn't work that is bringing them here, we have to make sure that there are other things that attract folks to Boston. And it's also important that we attract folks to our neighborhoods. There are lots of businesses in our neighborhoods. We've launched the All-Inclusive Boston campaign to attract people in to our neighborhoods. Certainly now, while we don't have world travelers coming into our city, and even to that extent, that many folks traveling across the nation. But we need to understand what the projections are in terms of what work will look like, what our housing will look like, in terms of the demand for living in dense spaces, and making sure that we are definitely informed by those projections, and that we are creating other opportunities to attract people into our city. There's so much in Boston that is great in terms of arts, in terms of culture and history here. And we want to be sure that everyone, the folks that live here, the folks in our region and across our nation, continue to come and enjoy everything that Boston has to offer.
Have you seen any of those projections yet in terms of what it might mean for the Boston tax rate?
Yeah, so we are expecting a report to come out this week that might share, what it is going to look like. I have not seen that yet, but definitely looking very closely, because I, think that things will look different, but we have an opportunity to make adjustments. And while different might sound scary, I think we can still attract people to Boston. Boston is a world-class city. It is a city of champions. It's a city of first. It's a city of innovation, a city of immigrants. There's so much here to offer, not just Boston residents, but everyone in our region. And so I am looking forward to showcasing Boston certainly inviting folks to come in as things continue to loosen up here, and look forward to creating a vibrant, equitable city for all as mayor.